Hey guys, this is Heather, and today I want to talk about where your problem is. Because we, as a human culture, in most cases, we are taught that the problem and the solution exist on the surface, basically in the appearances of things, of how things look, in the physical world of what we can see and hear. But they don't. So while on the surface it may look like you have a money problem, you have a health problem, you have a land problem, or a property problem, or a relationship problem, you're arguing with somebody, a friend, a spouse, a child. The problem isn't really what you think it is. And the solution is not what you think it is either. We have to go deeper than the surface. And we have to know what we're looking for, otherwise we're going to get lost. And this is exactly what I work with people on, because if you really want to solve the correct problem and get a solution that's going to work and solve the correct problem, the real problem, the root of the problem, you're going to have to look to where the problem is, which is under the surface. So let me give you an example. Most people think they have a money problem, that they have an income problem. But that's not the root issue. That's the surface issue. That's like saying, I want corn, but we have peas. And you're tearing at the leaves of the corn and cutting at the stalk of the corn, and you continue to grow corn. Well, the problem is not going to lie in the leaves or the stem of the corn stalk. If you want peas, you're going to have to plant peas. If you don't want corn and you want something else, you're going to have to dig up the corn and plant something else. You're going to have to start at the seed. And the seed is not at the surface. So the same with the money problem, you're going to have to go to where the problem originates, which is not in your results. It's not in your bank statement. It's not in your income. It's not in your job. It's not in your sales calls. That is not where your problem is. Your problem, just like mine when I have one, or anybody else's, all of the problems and all of the solutions exist in here. The seeds of belief is where the problem lies. And it's where the solution resides as well. And not in the beliefs are in the mind. But the solution oftentimes resides in the spiritual realm, which is another area that we cannot see, we can only feel. You can also use your spirit or your heart to explain this, where you get an idea. Where do you think that idea came from? Well, it came from the unseen world. It came from the universe. That's where everything comes from, is spirit. So the problem you already have it within your physical being, even though you can't see it, in the form of beliefs. And if you want the real solution, you're going to have to align with, what does that solution feel like? So if you're wanting abundance, what does abundance feel like? What does it feel like to have enough money? What would I have to think and believe about myself? And what is What would I have to accept as true about myself in order to receive the abundance? But first, the first level of belief has to be us understanding and accepting that the problem does not lie in the appearance of things. It lies in the beliefs of things. It lies in the vibration or the energy of things. So if you're constantly feeling a certain emotion around money or whatever subject, that is what you're going to attract. Is those same kind of circumstances in order to reinforce that vibration and those beliefs. People think that circumstances create beliefs, but they don't. Beliefs create circumstances. Energy is what attracts to us the things that we are experiencing, and then we have a choice of what to believe about them, but we don't think we do. We think that we're automatically thinking something, but the only reason that it seems that way is because we're already in a pattern of thinking along those same lines, so that when something else happens, we draw to us that same level of belief. It doesn't change very much. This is why a lot of times our cultural systems don't change very fast, because and our belief systems in different parts of the world don't change, because we have such a grip on the habitual way of thinking and feeling about something in certain subjects, and we're not willing to question them. We're not willing to go outside of them. We're not willing to learn new information. We're not willing to be open to anything that might contradict what we already believe. And guess where all of this stems from? This is all from your head. All from your ego that thinks that we are going to die if we do something different. That it thinks that we are being threatened. It looks at it as a dire emergency threat. And we've got to get beyond that. We've got to learn to relax and understand on a heart level what we're doing and what we're believing and how that is bringing us what we have currently. So that's what I want to share with you today, and encourage you to just sit with this. If it's not something that you've heard before, and if you have, just revisit it. Allow it to sink deeper into you, inside of you, and allow it to just take root within your mind. To understand what beliefs you really have about whatever you're struggling with, or what beliefs you have with what things are going well in your life. We have different beliefs based on whatever subject we're talking about, and we're not horrible at all of them. We're not struggling with all of them, just certain ones. So look at the ones that you have that you're really confident about, and that you've got down, and that just seem to come together without any struggle or stress. And question what your beliefs are about that, and your vibration about that, versus the beliefs you have about things you're struggling with or stressing about or worried about constantly. And then more and more circumstances show up to just keep reinforcing those beliefs that you have in your head. And most of the time, our beliefs stemmed from way back in our childhood that aren't even ours. So we've got to be willing to take a step back and look at them for what they are. And then ask ourselves, is that something that I want to continue feeding? Do I still want corn? Or do I want something else? Is that really serving the life that I want for myself? This is important. So I hope this video served you, and I wish you an amazing day. If you'd like more information, I'll leave my contact info below the video. And I'm more than willing to talk to you and explain more, have a conversation, work with you in whatever way I can to help serve you and help you break through what you're struggling with so that you can have what you want and create the results in your life that are going to bring you the most joy. Because that is what I do. And I want to remind you to embrace who you truly are. And have a good day. I'll talk to you later.